Hello friends, it's Dr. John WorldPeace JD coming to you from Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's November the 4th, about 3:30 in the morning. I want to talk to you today about the Old South must become the new Black South. World Peace Teaching Peace 21/22/1104. Before I begin, I need to say some things. One, I came into this life to promote peace and world peace my whole life, and that has been my path in life. I've striven to do the best I can as a human being. My agenda is increasing the peace in the world human society. My future is not as a black leader in any capacity. I'm not black. I'm white. I already have more to do than I can do in this life. I have come to present a path to what all black Americans are lacking, or leads to what all black Americans are lacking. Self-esteem, self-respect, an equal citizenship in the United States of America, which is their God-given birthright. And I'm talking about a full, complete, and total citizenship in all that is the United States of America. I'm not a black designated leader and never will be. I'm not any part of your future administration. I am one man with one message, one global message, world peace. I do not have the time to do any more than respond to questions you might ask and might have of me. But the black future in America must be scripted by black Americans of every age with all the help they can get from non-black Americans. I've written a book in a poetic format about my experience as a white male raised in Houston, Texas, from 1948 when I was born, which is not the Deep South, but deep enough for me to have heard all the chatter coming from white racism, not only in the South, but throughout all America and the world human society. That book is called Raw White Racism by Dr. John WorldPeace JD and is available on Amazon.com. I suggest every black get a copy of that book, because it's the only white man talking about the reality of black enslavement. Used to be personal bondage, now it's economic enslavement. It was one of the 4 books I submitted for the Pulitzer Prize last year, and they didn't read it. But have no doubt, my friends, my laundry list of world peace agendas is very long. What I have written in this white male testimony, my witness before God and all Americans and the entire world human society regarding my personal experience of American racism. For anyone who wants to challenge me on anything I have said in my life, set up a Zoom meeting and I'll be there. If I'm wrong, I want to be made right. So I'm willing to discuss any and all things regarding my life and my agenda. So here it is, my black friends. Listen carefully. Blacks will never have unequal partnership with white America. Never, as in never, on the present path of America. It's been 157 years since the Civil War, and blacks are for the most part economically enslaved, second-class American citizens. The time is now for blacks to quit believing in a full citizen dream in America. I declare that dream dead. The time for you to believe anything is going to come from white Americans to invest you with everything the American Constitution absolutely guarantees you is just a truckload of wishful thinking. It will not happen on the path that all blacks in America are on and have always been on, since their ancestors arrived in America 400 plus years ago. Wake up. It's been 400 plus years. It has been 157 years since the Civil War, where good, truly God-loving Americans fought and died to purge slavery from the hope of the world, the light of God in the world, the United States of America. An America that has proved for hundreds of years that all races, all religions, all nationalities, all genders can in fact live in peace and prosperity. Not equally, but we don't have the hatred fomenting between everyone in America. Most foreign countries are homogeneous in the racial makeup. To let the light of America, the hope of America, go out to darken the entire world human society is an abomination to God. If one human being is subordinated personally or socially to second-class citizenship in a world human society, that American vision is obscured. Jesus said, "Ask and receive, seek and find, knock and enter. For whoever asks will receive, whoever seeks will find, and whoever knocks it will be open to you." If you say to the mountain, "Move," it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. If you believe in me, you will do the things I do, and greater things will you do. These are the red letter quoted words of Jesus in the New Testament Bible. What do these teachings of Jesus mean? They mean each one and each and every group of ones in America, of ones in the world human society, script their future. All individuals, all groups. What is being lived on earth now is what has been scripted. We're a product of all the decisions that have been made since the beginning of the earth, beginning of human beings on the earth. The conditions of black Americans is what is scripted, has been scripted by all Americans. Jesus is not a liar. So here's the plan. Black Americans immediately began to migrate to Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia to create a 90% population of blacks in those states. Non-racist whites and others are welcome. but it will be a confederacy. Yes, a nonviolent confederacy of black states in the United States of America, as the only possible path to true freedom for all black Americans in a racist America that will never change. It will not change with this vision. But what will happen with this vision is that black Americans will claim their full citizenship in the United States of America, starting in these 3 states. All black children will see a path to self-worth as human beings and full citizens of the United States of America and members of the World Human Society with this new Southern Black Confederacy. I have no time for those who don't believe in this vision, who are going to want to allow the whites to now come in and cut a deal to uplift the blacks. Another big lie. An ongoing lie. I've heard whites say, "I'm not prejudiced." No way. I treat all blacks the same. Believe it. Take all the help you can get, but if you back off your dream of a black confederacy of the southern states of the United States of America, then you will surely remain economically enslaved black citizens of the United States, second-class citizens. And this, absolutely, with this movement, the white racists in these states will immediately move out. Whites are not going to live in a state where they are the minority and not in control. No black will have to put one single hand on them. If the whites burn everything they own leaving, then it is God who they will have to answer to. Blacks have too much to do to come between an American and destroying property that he or she owns to keep it out of the hands of blacks. They'll have to answer to God for that. Absolutely no violence in this migration. Do not follow the white example with those who come to you. Wipe all racist thoughts out of your new politic. It's the only way to achieve a higher ground. I'll be with you. I will help in all ways I can, but I am the global advocate for world peace and the only advocate for Jesus Christ, and I have miles to go before I sleep and much to do. I live a minimalist life. No car. I rent. No stocks, bonds, property. I refuse to die with money and assets hoarded and then have to answer to God why I did not distribute more of what God gave me, if not all of what I was given by God. Why didn't I give it to those more in need than me? 90%, 98% of all that comes to me as donations will immediately be expended to promote world peace. My primary site for world peace, my world peace advocacy, is WorldPeaceTeachingPeace.com. There's a link for contributions there. I have no organization. I'm not a guru, avatar, preacher, or priest. I have no students, followers, or members of anything. God has written His laws in the hearts and minds of every human being, and no one needs to teach anyone. That's in Jeremiah and the book of Hebrews. I'm just promoting conversations regarding increasing the peace in the world human society. We cannot create a perfect world human society, but we can increase the present level of peace. I'm one man with one message, world peace. This vision above cannot be accomplished on the back of one single act of violence. No exceptions. Do your work, follow your path, let God do His work. I'm talking about a Southern Confederacy of black American citizens. You have seen what trying to integrate into white society, and all over the world actually, you're never going to be a part of America, an equal part, an equal partner, dispersed throughout America from sea to shining sea. You're going to have to go to the South, where you've already got a huge majority, a huge number of people, and take over those states. Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia. And as the movement increases, you can go ahead and take your share of Louisiana and Arkansas and Kentucky and Tennessee and expand to whatever you can. Then you will have equal rights. You will have equal schooling. You will have equal federal assistance. You won't have the whites giving you the short end of the stick. Whites are not going to live where they're a 10% majority of the population. They will not do it. As soon as you start moving everyone into these states, the whites will leave. The same way that when blacks moved into the white neighborhoods in the 60s, the whites got out. This is Dr. John WorldPeace JD. I've given you a solution. Now it's time to act. Or just stay where you are. You got a radical, traitorous, gob of spit Donald Trump leading a movement to hold on to white rule. There is no other reason that white Republicans support this guy except that he's the great white hope. It's John WorldPeace JD. Have a good day.